Hello and welcome back to Nimby Rails FD1, and I did a little bit of building, which means I don't have to say what that means, you know what that means. We're currently at Ilava Glovna, the station that I worked on in the last video, where I talked a little bit more in detail how I create stations, and this is the final look. When I zoom out a little bit, you can already see I continued work where I left off, so where I set the borders for the station area. And when I zoom out even more, you can see from Elk to Kosh, from Kosh to Olsztyn, and from Olsztyn to Ilava, the tracks are fully done. Although all the tracks are done, I didn't set up any trains, and that had one very important reason. When I go to lines, there's this InterCity from Elk to Ilava. It is not there in real life, but in Nimby Rails I think, or I feel like, this will be one of the more important, not so realistic additions. When we look at the current high-speed network, from Tallinn to Riga, from Riga to Kaunas Vilnius of course, and then from Kaunas all the way via Elk, Białystok to the capital city of Poland, Warsaw, and from there the high-speed rail is going into every direction. And that is one of the problems. Because from Kaunas to Gdansk, for example, it is faster to take the regional trains via Szczytno station or via Kosz. And I have to prevent that before the network gets too many passengers who go from Kaunas via the regional smaller trains to Gdansk, or of people who go from Kaunas all the way down to Warsaw and then up to Gdansk, overfilling the trains in that direction, and also overfilling the trains between the capital city of Poland and Lithuania. So that's why I created no lines so far, and let me build and create all the tracks needed for today's episode. And there will be a few lines. The regional train from Elk to Kosz, from Kosz to Olsztyn, from Olsztyn to Ilava, and from Olsztyn of course also to Szczytno station. The two regional trains from Kosz, one to, I'm not going to pronounce that, but to there, and one going to the border of the enclave with Russia. I think just 4-stop line. Skandava will be the end. But yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regional train lines and 1 intercity. That's a lot of lines, a lot of schedules for this video, but let me build all the tracks first, at least the ones needed for the current expansion. And after that we will talk a little bit about future expansions and also about the capital city, because you can see the approach or the departure towards the north is done. Not with the very, very huge rail yard around it, but if it's not there yet, it will be there in the future. But before we talk about the capital city, let me build all the lines, or at least let me build all the tracks, and then we set up the lines together. So this is how it currently looks like, with the tracks that we need built and not just being blueprints. We will do the intercity together, not regional trains, because they're sometimes a little bit too much work and I don't want to show you all of that. So for the intercity, we have a platform down here, 300 meters long. So that will be the limitation for the intercity from Elk to Ilava. I just put it there. And then super simple, because it is an intercity, the next stop will be here. Question now is, we have 260 meters and 400 meters. We don't have a switch there, which means the limitation is basically now down to 260 meters for the intercity. And then, yeah, try is, because the line is not set up fully. We go to Olsztyn. I'll take, which ones are the fast platforms? 3 and 4. So back to line, platform 4, platform number 3. I will also mark them as being one way. And yes, that should work. So when we go back to lines, I just refresh it. Yes, it works. Also the weird thing at Kaunas is gone. And then the last stop of the line. I mean, it's more or less big enough. No, I'll just skip it. And we will go straight to Ilava. And then we have a free, or more or less free platforms currently. So I'll take platform number 3. Platform number 1 and 2 are the through running platforms which have the one-way signals, and that's also the platforms where the InterCity will stop from Warsaw towards Gdansk. So there will be also how the line timing works. The InterCity will be set up correctly at Elk so that when a train from Kaunas arrives, they can switch trains, have maybe 5 minutes for it, and then the train departs to Ilava. And then at Ilava, the InterCity from Warsaw to Gdansk will have a working connection at Ilava, also again maybe 5 minutes or so. And that's basically how that line timing works between the different intercities. So the Eurocity from Kaunas to Warsaw won't have too much input onto the InterCity from Warsaw towards Gdansk. I mean, Warsaw will have too many intercities in the future anyway, so no need to interline too much at Zachotnia station. Yes, and with that done, I won't do the scheduling yet, but I will more or less fast do all the other lines and then I'll be back in a second. So this is the final result of at least setting up the lines so that they are work in progress, but the lines are there. Relatively simple. The key of the new expansion, the InterCity from Elk to Ilava. And after that, the regional train lines Elk-Korsk, from Korsk to the small regional lines up in the north. From Olsztyn there's a regional line to Szczytno. And what I did, at least for now, is Ilava to Korsk as one regional train, where I see that there's a bit of an issue. Maybe switch related, maybe I decided to take the wrong side. But I will fix that, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. We had quite a big new expansion, and we are relatively fast closing in on Gdansk, which will be the next region I want to focus on. I want to set up the line from Warsaw to Gdansk. Not in the next episode, but within the next 2 or 3 episodes I want to have Gdansk connected to the network. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like the progress. I hope you play a lot of Nimby Rails. And while I go fix the one line and set up all the schedules, I hope that you have a nice day. See you on the next one, and bye bye.